Okay, hi. Who's next? Let's see. Scorpio. Maybe you will end up doing all of the water signs. I don't know. Let's see. Scorpio. It's your turn. Scorpios. You get it to Zoom? Are you going to be hiding? Scorpio. Scorpio. There you go. Give me a little shake. Wake you up. All right. This is your general read for September. It's the last reading that you're going to get from this house. The next time that you see me for a general reading, and probably also for the love read, it'll be after my long distance move. That's all I'm going to say. Everything you need to know is in the description box of this video. I have 2 personal social media accounts. One is on Instagram, one is on Facebook. Instagram is Ashes the Dawn, but it's my personal. They're both my personal social media accounts. Nobody should be reaching out to you, offering you personal readings. This is the only place that I do them. And so with that, please ensure that you check out your rising, moon, and Venus sign for additional messages, and this may not resonate. Let's get started for you. We're going to start out with your song for the month of September. This is your September reading, Scorpio. Okay. So in channeling, lots of different songs. Before we started, though, we ended up with the bagpipes at the beginning of My Gift for You, or My Gift to You, which is a corn song, an older corn song. Something in tribute to somebody, or a gift that you're contemplating, gift that somebody else is contemplating. Vice versa, right? Flip the script where it applies. And then also the bagpipes themselves. Something about tartan or plaid of some nature. What is your song, Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That was fast. It's takes down on the table though. Stranger Things Have Happened by Foo Fighters. This feeling that I get. This one last cigarette. Wait for you to walk out that door. Maybe I can share it with you. Stranger things have happened, I know. You are not alone in the loneliness. Stranger things happen, I know. You'll have to listen to it. Something about looking at something from a different angle as well. The need to move those cards and adjust. That was something. I was going to use Botticelli. I am not going to use Rackham for you. No. First Instinct. Something important about making sure that you're following your instincts and the ability to sift through what is instinct and what is insecurity, the difference in between the two. unexpected events. The need to do work for your third eye chakra as well. Intuition or insecurity. Is this intuition or insecurity? I'm going to do past, present spread. I will clarify with the Sun, Moon Tarot. Sun and Moon Tarot, rather. It's a smaller deck, which is why I like clarifying with it, because I can kind of visually see a little bit more with all of the cards that end up coming out. Twist for fairness. Yeah. If I play my cards right. I'm hearing. If I play my cards right. If I play my cards just right. This side is ringing. They don't want to tell me. Okay, let's go to the, really I'm saying, I'm not going to tell you. I just keep saying intuition, insecurity, intuition, insecurity, intuition, insecurity, intuition, insecurity. Something like this. Two sides of the coin. Past, present, future is what we'll do. Okay. Scorpio. Seven of Pentacles. We have something in the recent past here that you have been cultivating, that you've been working on. You've been sowing something. Nine of Wands. You've been letting down your defenses. You've been trying not to be defensive. You've been letting your guard down. And you've been cultivating something, working hard on cultivating something, letting your guard down. No longer tired on your way towards success, but letting your guard down, becoming less defensive, cultivating something towards stability. Has to do with connecting with yourself, Cancer and Scorpio energy. It could be feminine energy, could be your energy, could be somebody else's energy, but it's feminine energy. Don't gender it, okay? But it is feminine energy. This is somebody who seems to have answers that they are writing in this book. Books mean knowledge, illumination. They have answers to something. They're very highly intuitive, poetic, watery, emotional. Connecting with the emotional side, letting down your guard, letting somebody into your emotional side. Letting down your guard and following your intuition. Or letting down your guard was following your intuition in a certain sense. There's gracefulness here as well. Gracefulness. Moving towards building your legacy is also extremely important here. The building of the legacy is not solely about finance, though. It's about that which supersedes us, that which survives us. The legacy is our words that last, our deeds that last, how we made people feel that outlasts us, that which lives longer than we do, that which survives us. You're either living into your energy to connect with how you can better serve yourself and your legacy, or you are encountering somebody who you believe is a part of helping you to fulfill your legacy, but you're letting down your guard in the recent past and attempting to cultivate that for yourself for yourself and to connect with this energy, whether it be your own or another person's. It's energy nonetheless. Sorry, I'm like seeing stuff on me that might not actually be. This is absolutely long cherished wish. This is something of it's something connected to your childhood. It's something that brings about nostalgia for you. If this is another person, they remind you of somebody of your past, from your past. Or there's somebody who's returning from your past. I'm more getting that there's a legacy, though, that this Six of Cups energy is linked to your legacy. That at one time there was you know, there's something linked to your childhood that is very important that you create a legacy. And following your intuition has to do with that. This queen might be helping you with that. Or you're being invited to connect with that Queen of Cups energy to fulfill that legacy, to fulfill that childhood wish, to nurture that wish within yourself so that it grows. But you must let down your guard. I think you intuitively know that. Okay. You've been avoiding impulsivity. You've been avoiding impulsive action. Trying not to come in with cutting energy. Trying not to be too swift moving. Or somebody else is trying to control their impulsivity and swift moving nature. Gemini energy. I think sometimes what's implied by the cards here is that sometimes you get a little restless and you want to charge in after your goals when it's not time yet. Exercising patience has become a strength of yours. Because you've been waiting so long for this goal. In the past, you've had to move into this energy of not being this guy, charging it with his sword to chop people's heads off. Yeah. You've learned temperance there. What's happening in the current energy for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Hearing that you've one of the best things are those the best things are come to those who wait. You've learned that. King of Swords in the reverse. At present, you're trying to step out of the intellectual and more into the intuitive, or it's an invitation to do so. Aries energy. I often read the Aquarius energy. I often read the King of Swords as Aquarius energy. He's that guy who says, actually, he's got his sword there. It's also somebody from the legal profession, lawyers, authority figures, but more from the legal side of things, law. I think there's a sense of you permitting yourself to move forward with things that aren't necessarily always going to make the most sense. And at present, there's something about your energy that is not not following the intellectual as much, attempting to avoid sitting in that intellectual energy too much. Either that or it's an invitation to get back into the headspace a little bit more. But because we have the cards up top, I think the invitation is more for the intuitive instead of the intellectual at this time. Got 3. 2 Pentacles. You have a choice. You have a choice to make. Oh, and our wheel's twisted on us. So you have a choice to make and something that you're moving forward with. So I'm going to try to read my verticals at the same time. So it's 2 of Pentacles that we have here. Is below our 9 of Wands in the reverse. So because you've let your guard down and you're no longer sitting in defensive energy in the past, you now have options ahead of you. You have a choice to make, or you have something happening in the next 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. It is a time card. The 2 of Pentacles in specific I read as a time card. Could have to do with something that has an emblem or a button belonging to a club with a button, emblem, or insignia. But it's about juggling 2 things. Juggling 2 things and having to decide in between the 2 things. Letting your guard down and realizing that you do have a choice in between 2 items. 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Following your intuition in the past has led you to an opportune moment where you have something ahead of you that you can change, or a sudden change of fortune in one aspect of your life or another. This initially came out in the reverse, and as I moved it to its position, it spun into the upright. This is about turns in fate, but it's also about your ability to move forward in situations and being the master of your own fate. I think that having the 2 choices, following your intuition, is going to cause you during this time to move forward in a positive direction. But it's sudden change that has to do with your intuition. Moving towards something. Moving forward. At this time, there is also a feeling of grief, loss, disappointment of an emotional sense that you are experiencing. This could be residual energy, but it is tied to something in the past that has to do with experience of legacy. You experienced a taste of legacy here in the recent past. And in the present, there's something that feels irrevocably lost about that you can't get back. You may have abandoned it. It may have abandoned you. Or you might feel that you no longer have the opportunity for that legacy. You might feel that you have to give up on things of an emotional sense in order to chase after that legacy during this time. Like it's an either-or situation, which is potentially why we have this 2 of Pentacles here, is because your legacy is the either, and things of an emotional sense with that 4 of Cups is the or. It's like you feel like you can't have both. Although reluctant, this person is trying to look at the cup. They're trying to touch the cup. But they're very reticent to do so. It seems as if they don't know if they should. What else in the present? For Scorpio. High Priestess, secrets. There is a secret. There's something in your intuition within that book of knowledge there. Remember, knowledge being illumination, the book being illumination, the book being knowledge. We have the secret. There's a secret. There's hidden knowledge. There's something deep within your intuition that is a deep knowing Piscean energy. It is linked to that childhood goal, wish, dream, that long cherished thing from the very, very deep, deep, deep past. There's something that is within your deep past that is hidden. It's rooted in your legacy, and it has to do with a grief, loss, abandonment, and turning down emotional offers, even if they come from the universe. Tell me what else we have in the current energy. Oh, whoa, whoa. It's way too much for the current energy, Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio. Moon, rising Venus. What else? Passionate messages, passionate communication. At this time, there is something that you do want to communicate passionately towards somebody. It might be an idea, or somebody is communicating this idea to you. An inspired communication. But this is something passionate that you're coming to somebody with that you want to express, but you want to express it in a manner that has a spark to it. That is more than just, you know, here's a club. No, it's like, here's a club. You know what I mean? It's very declarative. It's the presentation of this that matters most to you. You're thinking about it during the present time. It's very putting your best foot forward. Do you see that? Putting your best foot forward. You're keeping it secret, and you're trying not to be impulsive about it. You're not, in the past, you're trying not to act impulsively about it. Keeping it hidden. It's something that you always wanted. And it is linked to your legacy. My ear is hot. What's happening in the future for you, Scorpio? Ace of Wands in the upright, the spark of the divine, the matchstick of the divine, the idea, the beginning of the idea, the start of something creative, the start of something passionate. This could be to do with your career. This could be to do with a new venture, a new investment, but typically it is about ideas and creative communications. Sometimes it's about the start of a passionate love affair, but, you know, look, it's usually the spark of the divine, you know? Because you acted on your intuition instead of on your intellect. You're getting that beginning. You're being rewarded for cultivating from a stable place and understanding that, you know, patience was the virtue. You just needed to follow your intuition instead of consistently living in the headspace with that King of Swords in the reverse. And as such, in the future energy, you will have that beginning. A fruitful new beginning. Okay. What else? Scorpio, in the future, moving towards the end of September. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. King of Wands. You go from the Ace of Wands to the King of Wands. Fire energy, Aries energy, Aries masculine energy. This is leadership. Taking the lead on something. It's almost like you take this idea and you run with it and you make it, You make it your own. This is a leader who rules with a firm hand, somebody who is fair, somebody who is correct, somebody who is procedural. Do you see the artful way this man is holding that wand? It's almost as if it's a musical instrument, the way he's holding it. But this is about somebody who is confidently moving forward with an idea in its right and grander sense. After having these two options that they've been juggling, it took taking down the defenses, letting your guard down, in order to arrive at a place where you would have the two decisions to make, the decision to make, and now you're the decision maker. There's that decision maker. It's either you or it's somebody else who's making the decision, but it's in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and it is it's going to be a decision that's going to be made with confidence and in confidence. But it is marked by the matchstick of the divine here. It is a bright idea. You might even hear somebody actually say during when it's happening, whose bright idea was this? Ha ha ha. Like you might actually hear that. Ultimate wish fulfillment because you've moved forward. This is a really auspicious reading. Holy shit. Actually, it's not even auspicious, it's prosperous. It's auspicious. But it's auspicious of prosperity. I'm reading the verticals for this Sun card, though. This is Leo energy. What you have following the intuition or living into this feminine energy of Cancer, Scorpio. Poetic, divine. Somebody who doesn't necessarily read the book with the knowledge to gain insight and illumination, but provides insight and illumination through their poetic, intuitive, watery nature that they have. Their trust in the divine. Their ability to express emotion fluidly and communicate emotion. This is that past energy. You're either invited to live into it, you are living into it, or you encounter somebody living into it in the past. And then in the present, you have this movement forward that is, it's sudden change for you. It's good change for you. It's movement forward for you. And then you have the Sun card, which is illumination again. But it's beauty, and it's the ultimate yes card in the tarot when it comes to wishes. Are you getting your wish? Yes. Whatever it is that you're wanting is success. Remember how I said, whose bright idea is this? That's the brightest card here. It's so foiled out, it's not even funny. It's the ultimate in illumination. Everything that the light touches seems to be yours at the end of the month. You're flying really high. Something is being brought to light for you, or you're going into a realization that is massive. It's happiness, it's joy, it's fruitfulness. $19. So 10, beginnings and endings. How far away did that card go? Oh, it's in the reverse. I see it there. Sorry. See what it is. It's in the reverse. Oh, Ace of Swords in the reverse. However, there is something here that you are being dishonest about. Or somebody else is being dishonest about. Legacy in the past, present, grief, loss, abandonment, disappointment, and turning down the cup of love. out of reluctance to move forward. And in the future, dishonesty. You've been lying to yourself that you could move forward. Or you've been lying to yourself that you didn't want that cup from the universe. There's a need for vulnerability here. Because the sun is out. The Wheel of Fortune is out. King of Wands is out. The Ace of Wands is out. Everything is great here. Then you have this Ace of Swords in the reverse. You're even being told to follow your intuition up here. You got legacy. But then you hit this glitch as soon as we hit this Four of Cups in the upright. And then all of a sudden, boom, secret with the High Priestess in the present. Ace of Swords in the reverse. It's almost like the Ace of Swords in the reverse in the future here is like, as soon as you realize that you have the sun, you start to be unfair with yourself. You start to tell yourself that, you start to tell yourself lies. You start to lie to yourself as soon as you notice that you have the sun. You deny yourself. Shit, sorry. So that one stayed. Capricorn energy, Queen of Pentacles. Comfort, luxury, groundedness, connectedness with the earth from the standpoint of enjoying the fruits of one's labor. Determined, ambitious, passionate energy. Somebody who was warm and caring and nurturing from the earthbound standpoint. Who embellishes things with finery in order to provide comfort. The comfort of home. Feminine energy, but you know, that does not matter. There's a secret link to this Capricorn. It has to do with childhood. Because we have the Six of Cups, then we have the High Priestess, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Then you have the Page of Wands up in the diagonal there. You turn down this. You lie to yourself about this person. You deny yourself. You deny yourself. But you secretly know. You secretly know. See? Tell yourself, I can't have that cup. Look at all these cups here. Then look at the one that this person is almost reaching for. The one that they're almost reaching for, it's just a little bit bigger, a little bit wider brim, a little bit more comfortable looking to sip from. And it's like this person's kind of like reaching out to grab it, but they're not even looking at it. They want to turn a blind eye to it. In the future, lying to oneself about it, being dishonest with oneself, not exercising your truth, even though you got the sun here. Even though you have a passionate beginning in the future here, spark of the divine, and you're confident in it. You have forward movement and energy that is telling you there's something that is happening here that is a sudden change in fortune for you. And it's typically it's for the better when it's in the upright typically. And in your past, you're connecting with energy that is showing you that there's something from your childhood that is important here. In your present, you've got a secret. There's some hidden knowledge here. There's some hidden, deeper inner knowing. All right? coming towards something with an offer. Somebody's coming to you with an offer. Somebody's got something to say that matters. And they want to do it right. They want to put their best foot forward. What this secret's got to do with this Capricorn. You got a secret with a Capricorn. There's something in this book that needs to be that you want to put your best foot forward and communicate to this Capricorn. Stumbling block, though, is your Ace of Swords in the reverse and this Four of Cups. You've done all the groundwork up here. What's the final thing that you have to say here for Scorpio during September? Wake me up when September ends. I got two. Okay. Ace of Pentacles and the Knave of Swords. Okay. So you're trying to avoid watching what's going on, trying to avoid learning things in a nefarious sense. Try not to communicate impulsively. But there is an offer here. There is the beginning of something that is prosperous. Cause for celebration. It's the beginning of something. Can be a contract usually. But it's something joyous. It's something fruitful. And it's something grounded and stable, which is tangible in the real world. You're trying not to move in impulsively. And you're trying not to communicate impulsively. And you, during this current time, are deciding that either you or somebody else is deciding to move forward with an inspired offer where you want to put your best foot forward to begin something tangible, grounded, and stable. It either has to do with a Capricorn or it has to do with the qualities that a Capricorn embodies: ambition, stability, determination, passion, drive, comfort, luxury, an opulent home with comfortable, warm, nurturing surroundings. There's a secret here in the present. That's got to do with your intuition. And you're trying not to communicate anything too impulsively. Just like you were trying in the past not to act too impulsively. Now you're trying not to communicate too impulsively. There's that same sword, though. Is this a fear? It's almost like it's a fear that you're not trying to communicate. It's almost like you're scared to communicate something that you were scared about or scared of. Overall energy, Six of Wands in the reverse. Oh, our energy says it all, doesn't it? It's almost like this is your fear right here. No parade. You're scared that you will not win out. No homecoming, no victory, no cause for celebration. No relishing in the splendor of victory and plenty. You're worried of that? Let's clarify. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I want to look at what you were cultivating here. I think the top line is pretty straightforward, but I'll just do it anyway. That was Scorpio cultivating. That Seven of Pentacles. What is Scorpio cultivating? This is our furnace. And I'm reminded again of what I said before when I did this for your first deck. If I play my cards right. Is it like you think you're taking a gamble on something? With your offer? With the beginning of something? You have a beginning, you have two beginnings here. You have a beginning with an idea, something that's inspiring to you. And you have another beginning. Here's your truth. You're cultivating something with truth and honesty. What is this thing that you're cultivating with truth and honesty? Something where you don't have to have your guard up, where you don't have to protect your heart space, where you're not miserly with yourself. Where you can feel victorious, where you can feel triumph, where you can feel like you finally won. Is that the victory for you, though? Is finally letting your guard down? With that Nine of Wands in reverse? I feel like it is. I travel across, and if they happen to end up right there, then that's usually my indicator. That queen. That queen is a Cancerian. She has Cancer in her chart, or you have Cancer in your chart. Forward movement, forward motion, rapid forward motion. Your intuition told you to move on this really quickly with this individual. And to drop down your guard, and you knew it would be victorious if you did. The Chariot is always a relocation card for me. It's always change of address for me. Can be a trip over water, can be a trip overseas, can just be travel. But the Chariot's always a change of address for me. So in the recent past, you knew that this person was changing address. This is, if this is another person and not you. If it's you, your intuition is telling you to move. In the recent past. Tell me more. Who's moving? Who is the Chariot? Is the Chariot the Queen of Cups, or is the Chariot somebody else? 1 on the ground, 2 on the board. The Chariot is somebody that you in the recent past were in union with. Somebody that you met up with. Sorry. Somebody that you met up with. Somebody that you were in union with. Somebody that you... You didn't think it was going to be fruitful. King of Cups in the reverse. So you looked back at your legacy. That's Pisces, Cancerian energy. The King of Cups. You look back at your legacy. And you felt like intuitively it did not fit. You might have started to think irrationally. Might have started to get a little volatile when it came to your legacy, or whether or not you were connected with it. Maybe it felt like this Two of Cups energy coming into union with this person was knocking you off track with that Nine of Pentacles in reverse, moving towards the Ten of Pentacles. It was knocking you off track. It was knocking you off course. You didn't feel like you were sitting in the proper energy. Disconnectedness from the emotional space because you're focusing on your legacy and your sense of lasted groundiness. Creating that tangible thing in the world requires your focus. Volatility and stress. with that King of Cups in the reverse. How does this all tie into that Six of Cups energy, that childhood, long cherished wish and nostalgia? How does this all tie in to that for Scorpio? Taurus energy. It's linked to your stability, your sense of a stable home, your sense of groundedness, and being able to provide the comforts of home in a grounded and secure fashion. That's how it ties into your nostalgia and your childhood wishes, dreams, and goals. That's your childhood wish and dream and goal. You want your legacy to be one of creating a stable, comfortable, warm, inviting, and loving home environment, much like that of a Taurus individual would. Or you look up to a Taurus who does this and has created that legacy, and you admire them for it. You want to be like them. Or at least you did as a child, admired a Taurus masculine figure who provided that. Tell me about this impulsive action that you're avoiding. Seven of Cups. You've got options. You're avoiding going after additional options of a romantic sense right now. You're holding back. You're holding yourself back of pursuing additional romantic options. Seven of Cups is usually, I have 7 cups. There's probably one that has wine in it. The rest are filled with poison, with, evil sea creatures. One of them's got, crap in it. And there's only one that actually has the wine. And how do we discern in between which cups are the right ones to choose and which ones aren't? It's also about building fake castles in the sky. Deception and love. Because, you have 7 cups and only one of them is the right one. Having too many options. You're holding off from impulsive action related to the options that you're being presented, the multiple options that you're being presented of a romantic nature. Why is this turning into a love reading? Okay, what's causing you to sit in intuition over intellect right now, Scorpio? I'm going to try and sit close enough that I don't drop cards on the floor anymore. Didn't do that last time. We have one there and one there. Queen of Cups in the reverse. You're moved into your intuition over your intellect because somebody else right now in this connection, that Queen of Cups, has flipped out of the intellect. Flipped into the intellect and out of the intuition. They may have gotten volatile on you or panicked in the present. They're sitting in their intellect instead of their intuition. It might also be that living in the headspace too much has caused a great deal of anxiety for you. So sitting with your intuition is actually helping you to feel a little bit better as far as your worries go. No more sleepless nights. Following your intuition instead of your mind. Being stuck in the headspace too much had you in sleepless nights and had you sitting with anxiety and intrusive thoughts too much. And so coming out of that space of too much head rather than heart was actually beneficial for you to do. Whereas you were more than likely caused to come into the intuitive space to connect with that Queen of Cups who, for lack of a better term, may have become rather volatile and flipped from being in the intuitive space to into the intellectual space because of something here. Possibly linked to a decision. I don't think so, though. Here's the decision. Talk to me about the decision that you're making at this time. What is the decision that you're making in the present, Scorpio? What is this Two of Pentacles? And I keep on wanting to say industry. I don't know why. Instead of energy. industry instead of energy. Industry, industry, industry. It keeps on saying that to me. My mouth wants to say the word industry. So are you looking to potentially, by the way, I've just caught some flippers here. Are you looking to make a decision about the industry that you're in? Could be. 3 cards here. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Dropping burdens. Making a decision about dropping burdens and responsibilities that have been weighing on you heavily. Manifestation. Mastering the, this is really wanted to get your attention like that. Mastering the elements. Mastering the elements and mastering the self. Coming to a place where you realize that you really are the only person who should be in charge of what you do and do not do, and how much energy you expel over any one thing, how much energy you give to things that oppress you. And then there's something else here about a rather volatile, why is this word coming up so much? Volatile, irritable, potentially. Queen of Wands energy. This is Leo energy for the purposes of this card. Leo feminine energy coming in here. This could be somebody that is a lover or a previous lover. Queen of Wands often gets a bad rap as being the third party energy. I don't think that's what it is, though. I do think it is a volatile fire sign, feminine energy that burns and scorches rather than warming and nurturing and nourishing. I think that at this time, the decision that the cards are saying that you need to make has to do with whether or not you continue to take on burdens. And I think that you're looking at potentially dropping burdens because this is oppression. This is taking on too many burdens. Continuously taking on a burden. Responsibilities, always. And in the reverse, it's deciding to drop those. Because you are the one who decides how much you oppress yourself. Nobody else does. You are the master of your own destiny. First, we learn to master the elements, and then we learn to... No, first we learn to master ourselves, and then we learn to master the elements because we have learned to master ourselves. However, we do have to... we are in charge of governing ourselves, and that includes how many burdens we take on. There are limits and boundaries that need to be put in place, and I think that's what the ultimate decision is, because you might be a little concerned with the reaction of some individuals when you do put those boundaries in place. That might be a leader, that might be a boss. That might be a boss, that could be a mother figure, a sister, a friend who has a lot of power and pull when it comes to the choices that you make in life. Although you probably shouldn't let that, let your friends have that much say in your life. But the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so tired. At the wheel. What is this sudden change in fortune and movement forward for you? Freeing yourself. You're going to free yourself from something that was causing you mental oppression. It's causing you mental, to sit in a mental prison of sorts. You're trapped. You had this feeling of being trapped. It was a feeling, not a reality, but the movement forward that you're taking right now is freeing you've decided to free yourself from a prison of sorts. Something that kept you feeling encumbered and trapped and restricted in all ways, from being able to move freely about, do as you please, go as you please, be who you please, put energy into what you please. all encumbering. I'm hearing all encompassing. Yeah. Over our Four of Cups, there's a warning here that continuing to live in the energy, dwelling on that abandonment, grief, loss, and disappointment of the past is going to make it so that you're actually turning down wish fulfillment in an emotional sense. Oftentimes, it could very well be that you have turned down happiness in the past because you were healing and trying to get over abandonment, grief, loss, and disappointment. But most certainly, like with all of the other decks, I think the Rider-Waite's really good at showing it. One of the cups is actually coming from the hand of the divine, usually, in most of these decks, with the Four Cups. So it's like you know, in the present, you already have turned down an option that was from the divine in a romantic sense. Or it's a warning that, you know, if you don't smarten up soon, you're going to be turning down happiness. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more on this. Four of Cups, Nine of Cups in reverse. Doesn't want to. If you don't want to. Ooh, Two of Pentacles, because you have a choice. Because it means that you're going to be sat in a choice again. A Two of Pentacles energy showing up again. It's under that legacy. Do you seriously believe that you have to choose in between your legacy and your love life? I think you do. I think you believe that you have to choose in between forming a stable, tangible legacy in the world versus love. Again, with that time card, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, happens twice here. Same row. There's decision-making going on here, or the awareness of decision-making during the present time for you, Scorpio. And it's a High Priestess. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be love. It can just be emotional fulfillment, right? Could be to do with family matters. Could be to do with friendships. But it's something of an emotional sense. Okay. High Priestess. This has to do with work. There's a secret that has to do with work. Not mastering one's craft. What is this? It has to do with work. No longer apprenticing. No longer moving towards mastering the trade. Can't decide. Can't decide which direction to move. No announcement. What is the secret? What is the secret? Tell me more. What is the secret? It's meant to be a secret, I'm hearing. It's meant to be a secret. It's no one's business. It's no one's business. Tell me more. Tell me more. What is that secret there? You reached a fork in the road and you don't know what to do. You're at an impasse. I mean, it's just these two cards just mean the same effing thing. No, I'm not going to make a judgment call. I don't know what choice to make. No, I'm not going to make a judgment call. I can't see clearly enough to make a choice. But my Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse, so I'm not really progressing towards anything new. I'm not progressing towards the next step. I'm not growing. I'm not moving forward with my craft or with my career or with, you know, that legacy that I'm so married to up in my past that I am turning down my own emotional happiness, my own personal happiness in sacrifice and in tribute. So why? Why are you holding off on that? Why are you holding off on that, Scorpio? Many things I wanted to flip, but they're not. Oh, okay, Jesus. A couple of things I've flipped here. Just two. Why? Because if I don't use my head, then I'll lose my legacy. If I follow my intuition and I make heart over head decisions, then I'll lose my legacy. There'll be no legacy. That's what you're saying. It's like a loop. It's like a merry-go-round of crazy for you. You seriously believe that you cannot have both. That's what these cards are saying. These cards are saying that you cannot have both. It's either or for you. There is no such thing as both in your mind. What is this? What is this thing here? This Page of Wands. What is this declarative? Putting your best foot forward for? I mean, does it even matter if that's what you think? If that's what you believe? Is that what you believe? It's something that you came out of confusion about. Standing at a lighthouse, taking a picture of a lighthouse. Sorry. Something you came out of confusion about. You had a dream about something. I always use the moon for dream cards. This is Cancerian energy, by the way. There is an announcement because we have the two wolves. Pisces new moon could be of significance. Or a Cancer new moon. Hey, Google. What's the next new moon that we have?
Nothing's playing right now.
Hey, Google. What is the next new moon that we have?
Sure. Here's some helpful information I found on the web.
I just wanted to know the answer. I didn't want it to look stuff up and send it to my phone. That's nice. Anyway, you come out of confusion about something and you'd like to put your best foot forward while you explain what that is or while you announce what that is, but you have to communicate it to somebody. You're no longer in confusion. There's something that you dreamt about. There's something in the dream state. The moon is about the dream state, but it's coming out of the dream state, something coming to light for you. It's got to do with either the Pisces new moon or the Cancer new moon when this is going to happen, when you're going to announce this. But it is an announcement. And the reason I'm saying it's an announcement is because look at how this guy is coming forward with this wand. It's very important how he's standing. And then we got the moon in the reverse. So we got, look at the dogs are barking, right? The initial D, even though it's not a D, it's actually a Hebrew letter there, which I don't know what it is, but it's fine. Anything else? Queen of Swords in the reverse. So you've learned that you're not being fair to yourself. That's something that you've come out of confusion about. Thank goodness. By the end of the future, you realize that you have not been fair to yourself at the very least. You haven't been fair to yourself. You have not been exercising your truth. At least that's one thing that you come out of confusion about during all of this. I was hoping that would come out. Libra energy. This will be when we're getting into Libra season. If it doesn't happen, it's got to be Libra season. If it doesn't happen at Libra season, it's going to be during a new moon Pisces or new moon Cancer. Where you're declaring, I haven't been fair to myself, and I haven't been fair to you, and I haven't been fair to this, and I haven't been done. This is not right. This is not right. This is not true. This is not this. But I think you realize that you have been denying yourself something in the name of going after legacy. Yeah, tell me about this new beginning. The spark of the divine here. The inspiration. I can't do that. Well, that one wanted to stay, so we got to take it. It has to do with some passionate forward movement towards something. You're rolling towards something with that offer. Got to grab that card. It's deep on it. Yeah, passionate forward action towards something with that offer, that spark of the divine, that inspired offer. That's what you're doing with the, but here we go. It's because you see balance. You want to achieve balance. You see success and balance in that. Is that why you're confident in it? Because you see balance in it? What is this that you're starting? Communicating emotionally with somebody on a different level. It's small at first. It's small. You're confident in it, though. You're confident in your ability to have these small communications at an emotional level. Tell me about the sun. What is the wish card about here? 5 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Victory in vain. You want out. You want out over other options. That was your wish. That you would be chosen. That you would win out over other options. And you did. Because you waited patiently. You took your time. You didn't do that impulsive thing. And you won out over other options. Why then do we have this Ace of Swords in the reverse? What is the dishonesty? Somebody watching you, or are you watching somebody? Because somebody's being dishonest and somebody's watching someone. Somebody's watching you, you're watching somebody, or there's impulsive communication that's going to happen. But it's going to be dishonest if it's impulsive, or rather it won't be fair and just. I kind of feel like this is impulsive communication, careless communication. Waving that sword around. Waving the sword around. See? Impulsively, carelessly. You might get caught. You might actually have denied watching somebody online. Or somebody's denied watching you online. And through carelessness, it's through carelessness that it actually comes to light that that's not the case. It has to do with the Capricorn. Tell me more about that. Oh, there's your Wheel of Fortune. And it came out in the upright. Turn of events. Movement forward. Unexpected positive turn of events that took you towards this Capricorn. Was this a random turn of events? You don't want me to do your reading. It's like every card is falling down. It was an unexpected turn of events. Scorpio energy, it's your energy. It was shocking to you, or something shocking is happening moving forward with this Capricorn. Movement forward that was unexpected, either for this Capricorn or for you, or you might have Capricorn in your chart. And it could just be that you're dealing with unexpected events and transformation, reestablishing of structures that were long known to hold power in your life. But there is forward movement in a positive direction. Deconstructing to rebuild. This is the Queen of the Castle, I just heard. Sorry. This is the Queen of the Castle. She is ambitious and determined to be. So will it. So mote it be, I'm hearing. So she wills it. So let it be so. Something that somebody said something about, I will burn this woman down. It's almost like that line in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest where he says to her, oh, Billy, I have one silver, I have dollars. It says, you're going to burn this woman to the ground. Something about that, because look at, burn this woman to the ground. The Queen of Pentacles. You weren't expecting this. You weren't expecting this. There's something about this energy here, Scorpio. But I was moving forward in the positive direction. It just wasn't expected. It was abrupt change. Abrupt change. In the future, though. And it's tied up to this Ace of Pentacles, too. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. Tell me, what is the abrupt change? Tell me, what is that Tower moment? Scorpio's Tower moment. Oh, impulsive action. Impulsive action. Gemini energy. What is the impulsive action? And I love that when I say it's Gemini energy, I get two cards like that. Eight of Cups and the Hierophant in the reverse. The impulsive action. Reestablishing traditionalist beliefs. Questioning philosophies. Is there somebody here who's married? Somebody here who's getting divorced? Somebody here who has to talk about divorce. Somebody here who's offering divorce. This looks like divorce to me. This is actually divorce. Walking away from what would normally be. Walking away from what would normally be an emotionally fulfilling situation with the Eight of Cups. And this here being the reimagining of highly structured religious and philosophical beliefs, such as the institution of marriage. Abandoning that which emotionally fulfills in order to come back to a Nine of Cups. Abandoning the Eight of Cups in search of the additional cup that would give you 9 cups. Seeking your emotional fulfillment. Impulsive action. Who's married? Somebody's married. You're dealing with somebody who's gotten divorced. There's impulsive action. Is that what that Tower moment is? That's not the Tower moment, is it? Could be. And what's this Ace of Pentacles? What is this tangible offer that you're moving into? It's going to require you to watch your impulsivity of communication. I have a flipper in here. Confidence. It's going to require confidence. What is it? What is it? What's going to require confidence with this offer? Jesus. I said every card, and I was right. It's every card. It really is. Patience. It's going to require confidence. It's going to require patience. What is it? What is it? That's a book. You don't take books. I don't have fucking hour and 14 minutes. Whoops. The sun. There you go. It's your wish. Your wish. What was your wish? Leo energy. Illumination. Winning out. Victory. Joy. Celebration. Something that causes victory, joy, and celebration. Anything else? Yeah. Something that makes you whole. Endings, beginnings. Finishing out one cycle to begin another. Okay. And heals you. Heals your broken heart. Okay. You've healed your broken heart. At the end of this, it ultimately will show you that you've healed your broken heart when you can provide somebody with that offer of something tangible in the real world. Oh, okay. I got you. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. You have work to do on mind, body, spirit. Yeah. Okay, cool. What's your affirmation? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's your affirmation? It's going to get you through September in one piece. Oh, I am in love. Oh, I'm in love. Okay. And magnetic poetry. For Scorpio, let's dig deep. Oh, that's not a lot. I think I need to redraw these because they're not words. I got me and in, and then the rest is like suffixes. So I think we're just going to redraw those, Scorpio. Thanks for hiding. Okay. That's better. Jeez. Okay. That's what you got. And if we put the me and the in back on here, then that would just, oh, sorry, it's gold thread. Then we would have those too. I can't find them because I started stirring everything again, trying to find your stuff. That's what you got. So in any event, thanks for watching, Scorpio. I know that was a really long one, got kind of wrapped up in some of this because it was kind of hard to, there was 2 different things going on here and it got me really confused. But thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful month and we'll see you when we see you. Okay, bye. This crazy mess here. Yeah, like I said, this is insane. That is an insane spread. I think I'm done with doing these big ones because it's too much time. Anyway, bye.